We got Thursday Night Football tonight between the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks. We're going to go through the injury report real quick, what each team needs to win, and what I think is most likely to happen, and who's going to win tonight's game. So for the inactives, we're going to start with Arizona. Paris Johnson and also Kelvin Beachum, both OTs. Kelvin Beachum is a backup left tackle. They are going to be questionable for tonight, but at this point it's 4:30 while I'm recording this. I'm guessing that they are not going to play. Akeem Davis, the linebacker starter, he is questionable going into the night. Cornerback Will Johnson, he's going to be doubtful for tonight. And then we also have Zay Jones already declared as out, the wide receiver, and a questionable Evan Brown at left guard. Moving on to Seattle, we have Zach Charbonnet, who is questionable for tonight. Kenneth Walker's backup running back, so Kenneth Walker might be seeing the field a lot more tonight, so that's a good thing to think about for fantasy users. Josh Jones, the guard, is officially declared as out. Nick Emanowari, now doubtful. He is the backup safety, first-round draft pick this year for Seattle. And then we have a questionable Anthony Bradford at guard. So overall, tonight, O-lines are going to be looking a little bit shaky, and I'd be worried about that for both teams, especially for Arizona, because at the left tackle position, they are already down to their third string left tackle. So if I'm Seattle, I am blitzing from that side all night long. So Seattle's coming off W's against both Pittsburgh and last week New Orleans. Now, New Orleans is going to most definitely have the first overall pick in the draft for next year, but Pittsburgh, you can take them as you will. They're kind of up in the air this year. No one really knows what they are exactly yet. So you could take that as a hard fought and good win, or you could take that as an easy win. However you want to take it. Personally, me as a Steelers fan, I take it as that was a hard fought win. We made mistakes. Seattle capitalized. And they looked very, very good in that game. And Sam Darnold looked fantastic in that game. Not to mention, we were getting run all over yet again. But then again, we didn't have Derek Carman. But either way, Seattle's coming off with 2 W's, and they're looking for a huge win tonight that would put them almost the top of the AFC West. They need to wait to see what San Fran does over the weekend, but they're fighting for that top spot currently. Now, for the Cardinals, they are coming off of an L versus San Francisco tonight, would also be very big for them because they already have 2 W's in the win column. And if they do take the win tonight, then they're right back in it with that race. But if they lose tonight, then they're falling further and further behind, and it's looking more like a wild card spot for them. It's still very, very early for both of these teams, but wins in the early, ongoing of the season, that's what truly matters for playoff position, if you're going to win your division, and how the rest of your season is going to go with momentum. Now, speaking of Arizona, Murray and Harrison, they both need to find some sort of connection this game. It's a big divisional matchup. It would be fantastic if they could find one another for once, but as of right now, Marvin Harrison's dropping balls, he doesn't really seem to care, and neither does Kyler Murray. They both have this nonchalant attitude, and one of them needs to get the fire up and be like, you got to go and start snagging balls and everything like that. But none of them really seem to feel that way because it is being made up for from people like Trey McBride. So Marvin Harrison just kind of there. He's very much so like his dad. He is just vibing, going along. He's happy the team's winning and everything like that. But in my opinion, one of them needs to start amping up a little bit, start having a little bit more energy. And also, Harrison just got to start catching the ball. I mean, he was a first-round draft pick. Had some worries about him last season. They're continuing into this season. It's just the chemistry really isn't there between these two. And if they finally find a way to match it up, I can see Arizona beating out Seattle tonight. And for Sam Darnold, all I have to say about him is he needs to keep it up for Seattle. I mean, he's coming right back off from where he ended in Minnesota. I'm very surprised that Minnesota didn't keep him, even though they do have J.J. McCarthy. But Sam Darnold looks great. Him and Jackson Smith-Njigba, complete opposite story from Murray and Harrison. They really seem to have the vibe down. They understand each other. And, I mean, whenever you have somebody like Jackson Smith-Njigba just running perfect routes and everything like that, it makes it easier to win games. Again, for both of these teams, though, we're going to go back to the fact that there is, 2 guards out for Seattle tonight, and the first string and second string offensive tackle, left tackle, that are out for Arizona tonight. Which brings up my next point, which is the defenses should totally feast on the offensive line tonight. I would be very, very remiss if I didn't mention that both of these quarterbacks are going to be under pressure. I do think Kyler Murray has the advantage there because he is more of a scrambling type of quarterback. Sam Darnold, not so much. He's just not as good as it as he's just not as good at it as someone like Kyler Murray is. So overall for tonight, I'm gonna give Arizona and their offense the upper end. And I think that they should be scoring more than Seattle is. But if Sam Darnold can find a way to go and dodge all the pressure, or if these second string guards can get into place and give him good protection, then it's going to be another story. But overall, as of right now, I do see Arizona winning this football game. It's leaning a little bit more in their favor, in my opinion, even though they are coming off of a loss and Seattle coming off of 2 wins. I just feel like the momentum will be in their favor once the game gets started. So if that left tackle, the third string left tackle for Arizona, can hold up for Kyler Murray, or if Kyler Murray can just get out of there fast, then I think that Arizona is going to be walking home with the W tonight. And as a little last note for the Seattle Seahawks, if you do have Kenneth Walker III and for some reason he is on your bench, I would play him tonight because with Zach Charbonnet being out and those split takes just not being there, Kenneth Walker's going to be in. If you're in a PPR, it's fantastic because he'll be in for all the passing drives and he will also be in for mostly or mainly every single rush that Seattle has this game. So that's major fantasy points right there. I would really think about starting him tonight. But overall, that's all that I'm going to have. Arizona, I feel, is going to take the W tonight, and they're going to get a better position within the division. I think, honestly, this season that the NFC West is going to be one of the most entertaining divisions to watch this season. I have my doubts about the 49ers because Mac Jones was their backup quarterback, but a 3-0 start out of the gate while Brock Purdy's out. Nick Bosa just got ruled out with an ACL tear, and 10 million other injuries that San Francisco has faced. They're overcoming the adversity, and they are most definitely going to be able to keep up within the division. LA Rams, they should have won their game last week, but they lost on a heartbreaking blocked field goal by the Philadelphia Eagles. So they're still a team to be reckoned with. If Matthew Stafford can stay healthy along with Puka Nacua, then they're just as much in the race as anybody. So tonight's going to be very, very entertaining. If Arizona comes out with this win, then the division just tightens up even more and more. And yeah, I feel like this is going to be a fun one to watch. This is going to be a good Thursday night football, not a tank bowl like they were pretty much all of last year. But if Seattle can go and get the win, then that's even better for them because, again, they're just keeping up with the 49ers at that point, and then on Sunday they can just kick their feet back and wait for them to lose. But that's all for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you all enjoy the game tonight. And yeah, lock in Arizona on your bets, baby. I think they're going to take it home.